What's up guys, welcome to a brand new episode. Today I'm here with my friend Giel. We're going to be talking about our past year, competitions, double loops and S loops, and where we think the future of the sport is going to go. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Well, I actually met Liam the first time about 8 years ago, I think. My first time working in Tarifa at Club Mistral. And I didn't know anything about kiting. I didn't know who Liam was. And I think it was maybe 2014 or 2015. And he just came and chilled with us after work. And he was like a really friendly guy. He was always, just chatting. And then after the season, we really got into kiting, and then we just checked some footage, and then it was Liam speaking in Fuerteventura that he just won a freestyle world tour, I think the whole thing, and we're like, dude, that's Liam. I didn't know he was like good. So that was the first time.
I think I'd seen Giel a bunch of times. Like, he's always in Tarifa. You just meet a lot of people, and you like don't really know their names, but you just see their faces a lot. And Giel was one of those guys for me that I'd pretty much see every day on the beach. But yeah, I think I started becoming friendlier with him or closer to him when he started really pushing big air. I just see this guy like every day at the beach, every time it was windy, just like trying kite loops. And I was like, well, this guy's a bit too excited. And his progression was just insane. And obviously it was really hard not to notice him living in the same place. And yeah, sooner or later we became friends, and actually, it was like, it's going to be great to ride with this guy because it's really motivating to ride with someone that's constantly like trying to progress and push himself. And I slowly started seeing him like catch up with my level. I wasn't like fully committed to bigger at the time. And I was like, shit, this guy could hardly kite loop like 1 year ago, and now he's doing the same tricks as me. So then I was like, I better start riding with him and better start pushing myself. So it was a good wake-up call meeting Giel. Yeah. So for me, like living in the same place as you and seeing you start from the very bottom and progress so quickly was something very cool. And that's one of the things I like most about your personality and your mindset. You're so persistent and you're so tunnel visioned on your goal that it makes people believe that you can achieve anything if you stick to it and you put in the work for enough time. And yeah, you've gotten to where you are in pretty much 3 years, which is crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, for me to see you in King of the Air the very first year, like I knew who you were, and obviously your freestyle you were at the top, and then you came into Big Air, and then all of a sudden I was in front of the TV thinking you're gonna win, and that was a huge moment for me as well, to be like, man, if you really push and if you really want something, you can go out and get it. And that's been huge for me too, to see like you were so good at one thing and then I didn't really see anything on the other side, and then you just focused on that and got to the top there as well, because now you'd be still with the top freestylers in my opinion, and you're definitely with the top big air riders. So that's inspiring to me too.
I was getting to the stage where I'd been competing in freestyle for so many years that I needed something new, and yeah, Big Air ignited that new motivation for me. I think I did it at the right time as well, because the sport, it's been through many disciplines, and many disciplines have had hype at different times. Like, it all started off with freestyle, of course, back in the PKRA. That was like the thing. And then one season it started to go to strapless, and then to foiling, and then everything kind of seemed like it was dying a bit. And then Big Air started coming along, and I really think this is the future of kiting, and I think this is gonna, make the sport bigger than it ever has before, because we don't even have that many events, and I feel like it's getting so much attention already, not just from inside the industry, but from outside as well. So that's pretty exciting. Where do you think the sport's gonna go in the next few years?
I mean, it looks like it's really building, like there's big names getting involved. And sometimes you hear that now after the doubles and people doing doubles and S-loops and all the excitement is slowly slacking. But I think as soon as the brands progress with our progression and the kites progress with what we have in mind and envision,
yeah,
it's going to get really exciting again. I mean, imagine doing like doubles and S-loops on 9-meter kites on like 25 meters height. That's going to be unreal. I think what we've shown in King of the Air this year, our heat was awesome, and I think that will be something that people look forward to for plenty of years to come.
Another question, we wanted to talk a bit about like S-loops and double loops. Of course, this is like a super new thing, and you were the first man to do it, and you kind of, changed big air. You kind of pushed the direction that it's going to go in for the next couple of years, which is super cool. Like actually back in the day I thought of double loops. I actually tried a double loop on like a 3-meter like 5 years ago, but it just felt so lame that I never thought it would ever be something. And then you went and did it on a bigger kite and like proper conditions and made it look really cool. And yeah, I think it's opened a whole new window in the sport that you can see everybody's pushing this year. Where do you think that's going to go? Do you think there's going to be triple loops? What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, for sure there's going to be triple loops.
Yeah.
And the chance that the guy doing it is Italian is pretty big.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure triple loops. I think the snake loop's going to happen. I really hope it gets pushed in a direction where we can do it on big kites, and it's not necessarily about how many loops you do.
It's something everybody can relate to.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing about the double loop, is when it came out, the average kiter could be like, wow, that's 2 kite loops, I can do 1. Yeah. That's 2 times as hard.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it became such a big thing. If you compare it to another trick where someone's doing 5 rotations and board flips and something.
And I think it keeps people at the edge of their seat because the kite's going low. You can see it slow down in the second loop.
Yeah.
There's a moment where it stalls a bit. There's like this real drop, which with these kites nowadays, it's almost, you don't really have slack in the lines anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So it just brings that moment where people sit on the tip of their seats going like, oh, is this person going to land it or is it just going to hit the water so hard? And I think that's the exciting part about it. And I think now there is excitement to seeing people do 3 loops, but I don't think that will be like the next thing really.
Yeah.
I think like doing everything we do now or even more technical with 2 loops on an 8 or a 9, that's what I would love to see.
Absolutely.
Personally.
I think it's also a way to protect the sport a bit because it's only so far that you can go with more loops or more rotations, and this kind of happened in freestyle. So I think it's really important to set certain rules, like say the kite has to be at a certain angle, it has to be extreme, it has to look good, it has to have style, and always prioritize that over doing more loops or more rotations, because we're already getting to the point where guys are doing 6 rotations with a kite loop, and it's gonna get repetitive or boring at some point.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be like what looks the best.
All right. What's your favorite competition of the year and why?
King of the Air. It's just, King of the Air is just the biggest and it's the baddest and it's the one that everybody wants to win most.
I kind of agree with you, but I think there haven't been many big events yet in Big Air, and I think like they're slowly starting to come. Now with the GKA getting in place, a world title is on the line as well. Last year we had one event in Tarifa, was like winner takes it all, gets crowned world champion. That's why I wanted to win that event so bad. Yeah. And this year we're going to have 2 stops. We're going to have one in France, in Barcarès, another one in Tarifa, and those 2 events are going to decide the world title. So yeah, what would you prefer, a world title or a King of the Air?
I would still be the king. To me, it's like this dream, that the dream that drives everything was never a world title, it was always King of the Air. Even though, of course, I would love to be a world champion. That just carries so much weight, but King of the Air still, to me, at this stage, is the one.
How do you feel about only getting 1 shot a year? And does that pressure kind of get to you?
I mean, I think I could still ride a lot better here than I do now. I feel like there's a lot to learn still. It's just so different with the wave. But yeah, it's the way it is. Maybe that's why you want to win it so bad, because you only have 1 shot a year. And you just have to hope that it's your day. And or I have to hope that it's my day and not yours.
Yeah, over the years, that's kind of been a big thing for me. Like, I always feel like luck's not really on my side, and I guess it's not only me that feels that way. It's just like, it's one event a year. You can be the best out there, but luck definitely has to be on your side, and you probably have to be like quite a lot better than the other guys to win, or get that luck. And I think it'd be really cool if we had more events in the near future. I think it'd be a lot fair, and riders that really deserve it will get rewarded. And you'll see that at the end of the year. Back when we had 8 stops in freestyle, the best guy would always win, unless he would get injured or something would happen. It would really pretty much every year be very fair. And I think in King of the Air it's just like a bit all over the place.
That's fair enough.
What's your favorite heat ever that you've competed in?
Our heat. Simple. And I lost it. That's the worst. But still, it's by far my favorite heat, because in the end of the day, you can only do as well as you can do. And I felt like, for me, I just rode the best heat I could ride. Of course, I'm crashing some tricks, but it's because I'm pushing. So could I have gone for a different trick? Yes. Would it have made a difference? Maybe. But it was the heat where I definitely gave the most that I had, like everything that I had. So even though I didn't win it, was definitely the best one.
And your favorite moment about that heat?
Landing a doobie double. That was my favorite moment, because on the way down I thought I was gonna eat shit.
That was sick. I didn't even see half of your tricks in that heat. Yeah. When I saw the recap, I was like, holy shit. That was a sick heat.
Big job, get down in the car. One time give it all, bust it open hard. Let me see you job. I fucked up this Russell, yeah, we hustle, but then, oh my. I fucked up this Russell, yeah, we hustle, but then, oh my. What is my guys? Know that they fly, know that they ride or die.
And I remember you after in the after party, you were just like, doesn't matter who won, we had the best heat of the event.
I might have been intoxicated slightly.
No, but that was really cool. And like for me, obviously my favorite part of the heat was my double loop board off.
I tried before, and then I crashed, and then you tried it, and you landed it.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
I fucked up this Russell, yeah, we hustle, but then, oh my.
Here we go, Liam Whaley. This is going to be extreme. If he lands it,
oh my word, I don't believe he's landed that. That has to be a 10.
Wow.
This is 9.88 here. This is huge.
One of my favorite sessions that we had together is definitely when Balneario is absolutely pumping, and it's become a pretty busy spot.
Yeah.
And that's been pretty annoying for me, because growing up I used to see that spot always empty, just 2 guys out. Yeah, it's become such a hype now, so the only time that it kind of gets a bit more empty is when it's absolutely on fire and there's 45 knots and it's just scary out there. Yeah. And people just don't dare. And we had one of those sessions. I was on a 6. It was when I was kind of starting to do double loops, starting to try to catch up with all you guys. And yeah, I just had a couple really sick ones. That laid back.
Yeah.
The kind of just went under me. It was pretty much.
I remember that. I was like, shit. That looked so good.
What's your favorite session?
Yeah, for sure that one was memorable. I think also for me to just be on the water with someone who really pushes it, and not just does the trick, but with a certain style that I'm like, okay, I might have landed that, but back to the drawing board, like when you do stuff like that, then it pushes me to make it look better as well, and to improve the style of it instead of just adding more technicality and stuff. And that was a really good session. It's like the nice kick, the perfect kickers, and then good wind, and yeah, it's just sick. All of them.
All
I
of
think
them?
as many as I can. Yeah, for sure. I think I can use all the experience.
So that's all of the backhaul events,
Yeah.
all of the GKAs, which is 2, the Red Bull events, which is the Mega Loop Challenge in Holland, King of the Air in Cape Town, and Cold Hawaii.
Yeah.
Is that it? Any more?
I think that's it.
Some
No,
freestyle events too?
There's a big air battle in England that I might join. I just want to get as much experience as I can and get like as comfortable in competition as I can, because I'm trying to catch up with you and I don't think I ever can with the amount of competitions you've ridden. So
For sure you can. And how many more years do you think you're going to be competing for?
I don't know. I don't think about too far ahead. As long as I enjoy it, I'm going to give it everything.
All right. What do you think about the conditions today?
It's looking absolutely insane. It's nuking. It's 45. I don't know. I hope it's gonna pick up. I think it's like the period was looking good, and I think we should get around 35.
On the next episode, Giel and I go for an epic session in classic Cape Town conditions. Stay tuned for part 2. What's up, guys? Fuck, I need to know how to say your name properly. I still don't know.
Giel.
Giel Vlugt.
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 Yeah, perfect.
Giel Vlugt.
Giel Vlugt.
Not Vlugt.
No.
Giel Vlugt.
Giel Vlugt.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new World of Whaley episode. I'm here with Giel Vlugt. I'm here with Giel Vlugt, and today what are we talking about? Alright, we can do it with a bit of laughing, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
What?
You're crying.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of World of Whaley. I'm here with Giel.
Just say Giel.
It was going so well. I was like, oh,
Just Giel, okay, just Giel.
Just Giel.